Hello, Tuesdays with Toni. I'm here. Oh my goodness, it's kind of funny because I actually did one video and had to redo it because it wasn't my best and I was skimping, and the Lord even told me so. And I thought, oh my gosh, well that's not what I really wanted to eat was the deal. And so yeah, so that wasn't very good of me. True confession. She wanted the food. Well, it really is true, and I did eat, and I feel a little bit better now and a little more connected on what the Lord would like me to share. So this one is the real one, even if I did make my true confession about food. And sometimes we just got to have that substance. Hey, so this is what happened to me this last week. And actually, it happened to me on Sunday. And I'm not really a teacher or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, there was some lesson planning going on this week in my life with the Lord about these Tuesdays with Toni. And so my title is Lesson Planning, and I've been schooled. I've been really schooled because I'm telling you what, I had some plans here for the house. I have some guests coming this weekend, which I'm very excited about. Sister time. And so I wanted to get organized a little better. I also love my businesses. I love the bookkeeping that I'm still working and studying on. I'm not just building the framework for my business, but I'm also actually, and that's the bookkeeping, pain-free bookkeeping. Thank you, Tiffany, for that name. I get lots of compliments on it. But along with the studying and learning more of the bookkeeping, I actually do a lot of bookkeeping, but actually learning the ins and outs of it, I'm also building my business too. So that means the website, Facebook page, contract, legal things like that, the contracts that I will do, the security about the system that I will have in place so that people will have confidence in what I'm doing and that it's secure and ready to go and that they're in the best hands with me. Yay, Toni hands, woohoo! So I've been working on that and also the HealthyAndWise.Live. And I love both of those businesses very much, but they're very time consuming and mentally consuming. And I'm learning a lot, but it just doesn't go as fast as I'd like it to go. And so I'm continuing on. All that being said is that I wanted to get organized so I can get my samples together for all those lovely ladies that did answer my little questionnaire on Facebook. That was a lot of fun. I got a lot of joy going on. Of course, I have a lot of joy going on right here. And so I just want it easy, so that I can just go in, get my stuff sent out or prepared and sent out and all that stuff. I just want easy, and life is not easy. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you a lot of what's, because I got really stoked about going and getting this used bookshelf that my friends had, and they were going to throw it away, and I'm like, oh, I'll repurpose that sucker. There's no reason why I can't use it, and it will help me be organized for my business. I'll have a place for my samples. I'll have a place where I could just go and get things put together really quickly. And so I marched myself over there to their house I didn't march, I drove, but I went over there in my car, and I got the shelf in the car, and I was so pleased. I just got it in. Everything was good, even though they told me it wasn't a very good shelf. I'm like, this thing rocks. It's sturdy. It did well. So then I got home and I started to pull it back out of my car, and I felt a little wiggliness going on. I'm like, well, okay, that's not that big of a deal. I can fix that. I've got a toolkit. I've got a screwdriver. I've got my ratchet thing that I just love. Anyway, that's a different story, I'm sure, because that is a great tool. Anyway, I knew I could fix it if I needed to. And so what I did is pulled that thing out of the car, started to get it up the steps to my house, and I lost a board. And then I lost another board. And then the back came off. And then And this is all on the porch still. It just went like, here's one piece. Here's one piece right here. I knew I wasn't going to be able to fix it when the kickboard was off too. Here's the kickboard. See? And I hope this camera is working, because I'm telling you what, it looks really weird when I'm looking at it. My lips are moving with my mouth, and I hope it works because I don't want any do-overs. Okay, so anyway, my shelf was no longer functional. And again, at first I thought, well, I can fix it because I've got my toolbox. But the more that it fell apart, and the more pieces that I had in my hand and laying on the floor, because by then I kind of dragged it in, and well, most of it, and then I had to go out on the porch and get the rest of it and drag it in. There wasn't anything left, so there was just a pile of shelving things and screws. Screws were popping out on the porch, and handful of screws out there. I found a couple more today. I was stunned, and I was really sad because I had organization and cleaning and functionality and all that stuff going on in my head, and it was not going to happen, it appeared, especially not with that shelf. So I was a little frustrated, and I'm not going to lie, there was some tears involved and a little bit of going, Lord, what's up? I'm trying to do my excellent work here and be organized and so I don't waste time going forward in the future and all those things. And here's my plan. My plan is a pile of shelving and screws in the middle of my floor. My plan was in pieces, and I was very sad. And so I prayed and talked and listened and walked the house, going, okay, now what am I going to do now? Because obviously the shelf thing is not going to work. And it was really funny because as I prayed and as I got listening to the Lord and what He wanted me to hear, not just what I was praying, but what I was listening for, I found out He had a better plan for me. And He does want me organized, and He does want me to do these things, and He does want me to be more efficient in my time and having things at just my fingertips, so I can go right in there and create a sample and get it packaged and ready to send out. And He does want me to have my office set up so that I can easily access the applications I need on my computer to do my work. And He wants all of that functional and organized for me because that's how I work best. So my shelves were not the best fit for our plan, for my plan, for God's plan for me. There was a better plan, and He showed me how it was and what it was and how it would work in my house, and how it would save space, and how it would be a better, just a better plan and scenario for me. And so I was pretty excited about it, and it worked out, and I thought, Lord, that is a pretty powerful lesson plan for this week, and it was absolutely fitting for Tuesdays with Toni. And I just wanted to share that with you because sometimes in life we have plans that are God's plans, and we have a way that we're going to do them. And sometimes He really does come along beside us and say, that is a good plan, but there's a better plan. And in fact, if you really listen to me, there's a best plan. There's a best way to do things. So we have some good and we have some better, and then there's sometimes where we have the best. And I think God always wants us to do our best. And even in our own strength, we try to do our best most of the time, but God does see the bigger picture. He does know all of it, and He knows what's going to be the best functionally for us and what's going to be the best for the businesses. And He does know. I'm just looking over to make sure that I don't forget anything, because the message is from Him and it's for you. And so I just want to encourage you that although we can get frustrated with how things are going, and maybe they're not going as fast as we thought they were, and they're not coming together as nicely as we thought they were, and maybe sometimes we just have pieces. It just seems like we have pieces, but it's not always that way. God does work all things together for your good. And as long as he hasn't told you to change the plan, whatever it is, the goals in your life, like I have made some goals in my life, especially this last year, and I haven't made them the set dates. It's taken me longer to get through some healing so that my mind could really be able to focus and learn and retain what assets and liabilities are and equity. I'm learning all these things, and I couldn't do that very easily before, and now it's coming a little better. So it's not quite the pace I had anticipated, but it's still progress. I'm progressing. I'm learning. I'm growing. And so I set a new goal, and I have a new goal date, and so I'm working towards that, and I'm very thankful for it. And so I don't want to say I'm picking up the pieces because I'm not even going to use that shelf anymore. To be honest, she was right. It wasn't that good. But it was a lesson learned, I'll tell you that. And it was a good lesson learned. And what I have now is even better. So I just want to encourage you to stay firm and stay focused and do what you have been called to do and the goals that you have set for yourself. And even if it doesn't come to fruition in the time that you thought it should be, don't give up. Keep praying, but work hard and work excellently and really listen. If things feel like they're falling apart, again, I'm going to tell you, if things feel like they're falling to pieces, listen and pray and talk to the Lord, but not just talk. Listen. He's got a plan for you, and he wants to bless you, and he wants to give you his very best. Not just good, not just better, but the very best. The Lord bless you this week. Be encouraged. He's faithful. He's with you, and we will live forever in his glory. So I look forward to hearing. I do look forward to hearing from you guys. I'm not ready to shut this bad boy off, but hey, if you're listening to these, let me know. I'm going to keep doing them because the Lord hasn't told me to quit. But if you are blessed from them, if you have a story you want to share, let me know. If you, oh goodness sakes alive, I don't even know if I've even said it. If you want prayer, if you want to be encouraged, that's my job. I get to encourage people. I used to think it was a silly gift from the Lord. Like we should think anything is silly gift-wise that he gives us. But I've really grown into that. And one of these days, I think I'll talk about that too, because everyone has a gift. You all have gifts. So, okay, I'm rambling now. I'm just chit-chatting away. But know this, I pray and I think of you. And I want to hear from you if you want to talk to me back. Or talk back to me. No, don't talk back to me. That could get ugly. All right, that's it for now. God bless. Bye-bye.